On this edition of the Coffers, all you need is love, sweet love. Well, as you're seeing this, it is Valentine's Day, the loveliest day of the year, according to some people. I personally think that's Christmas, but that's just my personal opinion. So, in honor of the National Day of Love, I figured we'd talk about Kaijus in Love. Basically, the Muto set from Bandai Premium. So, I've had this for a hot minute, and I figured today of all days is the perfect time to really dig deep into this bad boy and show you what a higher quality figure from Bandai Premium can give you. So first things first, the box. So this is what this bad boy came in, or this bad boy and this fine lady came in. So this is from Bandai Premium. It was available exclusively on their American website. I believe the Japanese website, you could buy it there as well, but this was a limited time offer. Bandai previously had only done the male Muto in the movie Monster series line, so this is the first time we're getting the female and the male in a set and of any sort of high quality. So as you can see, the box is damn big. That's my hand. So as for the details, it's pretty neat. There's a lot of Monsterverse stuff on there. So there you go. And then we have all of the finer details in Japanese on the back. And then, of course, more of the Monarch looking files. So these two come in a pretty much a plastic clamshell on the inside. I already have them open, so I'm not going to bore you with that, but I wanted to give you a good look at what the box has to offer. So let's jump right into the figures. So there you guys go. This is the full-on Muto set. So like I said before, you get the male Muto and the female. They both stand at about, the female stands roughly about 5.5, 6 inches all the way up. The Muto about a little under that, so maybe about 5.5. They are pretty much in scale with each other. The problem is they're not, they're close to scale. The male Muto isn't exactly in scale with the 2014 Godzilla figure that Bandai put out, but this is Bandai Premium. This is a much more high quality figure set. In fact, the retail on these guys I think was about $165, all said and done. So they are not cheap, but to be fair, you're getting a better quality over the movie Monster figure line. So let's delve into each figure individually. So the male is fairly detailed. He is a little wonky when it comes to standing, but he, as you can see, he's pretty good once you get him in a solid pose. Now, unlike the regular movie Monster figures, these are vinyl, but they are a harder, as you can hear, a harder vinyl. They're not exactly hollow and cheap. I mean, cheap's a bad word to use, but lesser quality, we'll just say, than the standard movie Monster figure line you get out of, say, the Godzilla store, or Toys R Us, or whatever from Japan. The detailing is quite good. So the face has the full Gigan visor, as I call it. You can see the detailing in the mouth. There's shades of paint inside there. The body is completely textured. with his I think you would call these are prehensile arms or legs. Oop. So, as you can see, the problem I was running into with standing these guys. So since these are Bandai Premium, they are of a higher quality sculpt. As you can see in the lines and details, these are pretty much above what your average Bandai Movie Monster line figure is going to be. They do line up pretty well with the rest of the 6-inch line. It's not quite 1-to-1, but you get it close enough. And if you're a completionist, well, so far this is the only proper way to to get the female version. There was a male version done back when the 2014 movie came out in Japan, and he was definitely of a lesser quality and in the same scale and line as the Movie Monster series was. So this guy has a couple of points of articulation, unlike most Bandai's. So his wings do have some movement, as you can see. The legs, claws, whatever you want to call them, the appendages do move, as do the back. So you can get a little bit of posability, but not too much. The prehensile arms are pretty much there. They're not going anywhere. The paint job is actually quite good. I have to give them credit on that. Since these were pretty much, grayscale colored monsters to begin with, the paint job is, pretty base, but the sculpting and detailing in them is top notch. So, and we get a little bit better right there. My problem is that this guy has a little bit of an issue standing. So you can see just the detailing alone in the wings, the back. So great care was made when putting these things together. And this guy actually does come with a tiny little accessory. He comes with a little nuclear missile to give to his little lady. It's the perfect Valentine's Day gift. So goes right in there. The only problem with this is that it's not a tight fit. So this guy has a tendency to fall out and can easily be lost, like many of the little missile accessories on your Transformers, Mass Toys, or G.I. Joes of days of yore. So for as expensive as this thing is, you would have thought they would have figured out a better way to keep that missile in his mouth, but, well, not everything's perfect. So that is the male. Let us move on to the female. And here you have the imposing female Muto. So this is the first time she has gotten a proper figure from Bandai. I believe before the only figures of her made were in the Jax line, that were the smaller battle set figures. So she obviously stands a bit taller than the male, as they are in scale with one another. Actually a very impressive figure. So as you can see, her front limbs and her back all have some articulation. They don't do much, but they're there. Her prehensile limbs don't do anything, and of course the back legs are what you're gonna get. Much like the male, she is exceptionally well sculpted, much higher quality than any of the other standard Bandai figures. As you can see, great detailing in the skin and carapace, the mouth and eyes, great detail brought there. So she has her little egg sac underbelly, which isn't colored in, so I'm assuming that's just either standard or that is how they want to do her with or without the egg sac. So, but like I said, this was the only way you can get a Bandai version of this female Muto figure, and she's pretty awesome. I love this set to death, even though it is quite pricey. Now, considering that they are Bandai Premiums and they are sold out, they go for quite a bit on the aftermarket. So good luck. If you can find one under $250, I would say that that is a good deal at this point. But yeah, if you love your Monsterverse, and I do love my Monsterverse stuff, and I kind of wish Bandai would go a little deeper on the Monsterverse figures, these are excellent acquisitions for any collection. And because it's Valentine's Day, let's get a lovely shot of this couple. And there you go, old Kaijus in love. So, that's it. Hopefully you guys are having a great Valentine's Day. I know these guys are. And if you like what you see, remember, we do have a show. It's called The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. Or, if you don't like downloading our show, you can find us on all of your favorite podcast streamers. And it includes our sister show, Common Kaisers, as well. We're also on social media. You can find us on X at The Kaiju Kingdom, Instagram at The Kaiju Kingdom, and Facebook.com/The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And that will do it for this edition of the Koffers. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and we'll see you next time.